All right, welcome back to the channel. And you guys seem to love, through feedback, me bringing you some of the stuff that's a little bit off the beach track. We show you plenty of stuff in and around the beach, but you also have given me feedback you like kind of seeing where the locals live. Sometimes with my channel, you can just see that it's mainly beach stuff, and that is a lot of people that we talk to, but we help a lot of people moving here as well. So today I'm bringing you something that has been on fire of late. And we're in the location that we're north of Highway 98, and it's just due north of the Blue Mountain Beach area on 38, if you're familiar. Super convenient to the high school, super convenient to getting on 331, heading north if you ever needed to get out of town. But folks, welcome to Seclusion Bay. Now, if this is your first experience in Seclusion Bay, or you were walking through or driving through for the first time, you might say, man, Casey, that's a really cool new construction community. But here's the trick with Seclusion Bay. It's not a new community. This neighborhood has been here for some time. This neighborhood has always been super compelling, but it was originally brought on the market and developed around the time that the market was not doing so well in Santa Rosa Beach. And a lot of the lots were consumed by investors. Well, they either held on to them or they had to sit on them for some time, and then they resold them at very low prices. So the neighborhood really just never got off the ground during that time. But here was the trick, and this is why it's so special back here, aside from this amazing house we're gonna show you today. I told you this about Watersound Camp Creek, and it's happening here. The lot sizes are extremely rare and very hard to find anywhere in our area. And that's been the absolute success here. The home I'm gonna show you today at 159 Seclusion sits on an acre. An acre. Now listen, I don't know where you're watching from, but down here, that's basically a horse farm. Like, we don't get it that much. But on this type of property, that's why I get to show you a house that's just under 4,900 square feet today, okay? And that's not been available in our market, especially to our locals. And under $3 million, it's just provided something to the marketplace that's been difficult to find, and that's been the new success. This is brand new construction today. I'm showing it to you early. It's on the market, but they haven't even finished it out yet, but I wanted to bring it to you anyway because the market and the neighborhood is doing so well. It's providing something to the area that obviously, listen, I talk about this all the time. The market's the market. And the market is responding to Seclusion Bay. So I'm very excited to show you a little bit of what people moving here and the locals are getting into, and just what makes this, not only the neighborhood, but this developer and the styling and the type of house that you're gonna see, so special and so sought after right now in Santa Rosa Beach. All right, so let's get started with this amazing front elevation. I got a car coming by, so you're gonna hear a little background noise, but you can kind of just see from the street how this thing frames up. This is an amazing development team. Carrot Top has been successful in this area. High quality stuff, a great group. Let me give a shout out to my friend Colby Anderson. This is his listing. Love that guy, has been a part of the growth back here. But this is what you get with an acre, guys. Look how far I'm walking down. And this is the main thing I want to show off. There's my, I brought the big truck today, but look how much space. You could fit about 5 of my trucks in this driveway. But look at this, another rare find. If you've been watching my channel, Casey, are those 3 garage doors? That is full 3 garage doors. That's not 2 in a golf cart. That is a full 3-car garage. Love those dormers up top. They've got some nice natural wood accents all along. Look at this side yard over here. Just really well done. But guys, to be able to walk kind of almost an east to west feel. You know, a lot of times it's a shotgun feel to a lot of the inventory in our area, but to have this kind of presence on a corner like this when you wrap around, it's just amazing. But look at this greeting. This porch is like, this is where a place you want to take pictures. This is kind of like a, let's call it a prom photo kind of porch. Look at that elevation, beautiful. Excited to show you this. Let's get started. All right, again, just inside the front door, you're greeted with this amazing staircase railing, and I love it. Beautiful light right here. Guys, there's a couple of different ways we're gonna go, but I wanna show you flow, and I wanna take you back over this way. You know we love function, and I just showed you the garage. So You know, I love showing the front elevation, but let's be honest, most people that come in through the front are gonna be your friends and guests that come in. But this is from the garage. You can see they've powder coated the floor. They do have a side door over here, which I love. Don't have to open the garage door to go out, but look at this space. Incredible ceiling height and just tons of room in this. But let's paint this in a picture. Day in the life, the reality, whether it be kids or coming in from the beach or whatever you're gonna do, you're greeted with kind of this mudroom feel right here when you come in. You've got some storage right here. You've got some, let me square up a little bit. You've got a little sitting area right there. And then adjacent to that is the laundry. Very generous laundry. Love that backsplash. They haven't even finished this up in here. Looks tremendous. Look at that window. There's a couple of these in here. That's a fantastic job. Beautiful flooring. Okay, so you come straight in, you got kind of a mudroom concept here. We get going down the hallway and there is a bath, okay? Excuse me, that is gonna be like a half bath, single vanity right there. The nice thing about that is it's adjacent to the outdoor area, pool area, which we're gonna get to, so hang tight. But this is also gonna be the first look at a bedroom, okay? Plenty of bedrooms in this one. Again, just under 4,900 square feet, on the market for under $3 million, and it sits on an acre, okay? Very large single vanity, beautiful tile, and then love that tile. That's some of my favorite tile. You see that kind of wave tile they put in there, okay? And then you're gonna have, guys, this is gonna be a theme today. Look at that, it's all, some beautiful built-in closets, okay? So let's go back down this way. Going by the porch again, I'll get you outside in a bit. But let's kind of go back to the entranceway, this nice greeting area, and then let's go back into the living and kitchen. So we took a left off the entranceway, and I'm just gonna give a couple of panoramic shots just so you can take in the space. I want to show off that amazing chandelier they've got in the living room. Guys, I'm not sure how large your family is, but they can all fit in here, I promise. I love this little breakfast nook. We had this at a previous house. We put like a banquette here. It could be a small table, framed up by windows. That's a really nice job. Beautiful tile work. But look at the size and scale of this kitchen. Really well done. Again, very hard for me to find this kind of configuration for this money in Santa Rosa Beach anywhere, and they are just knocking it out of the park. High-end appliances across the board. I love that range. Plenty of distance here. Across to the living room, fireplace, ready to go. I'm gonna come down here and show you this. Looks out onto the pool area. Look at that. Teasing you with that. We'll be out there in a minute. But look at that. This one's one, I mean, I hope it's coming through on video, but just the scale, you know, I'm zoomed in. I'm zoomed out a little bit just so I can show you the space, but man, it is just substantial, free flowing, but also they've done an amazing job of it. It feels cozy. You know, large but cozy can be a trick, and I think they've nailed it so far. Let's keep going. This is gonna be a primary suite, guys. I wanna take you elevated straight up. Beautiful wood beam anchoring that light. Okay. They put in some French doors here to look out back. And then this is really well done. Nice job, architect. So you're gonna be greeted into this primary bath with this nicely framed up soaking tub. The more I see, the more I love the sectioned double vanities on either side there. Some might say his and hers or whatever, but it's, in this situation, they're both equal, right? Sometimes one sacrifices on size, but it's just beautifully done. Beautiful shower. Okay. And then look at this. You know, to be honest with you, in our market, sometimes I'll see these and it's almost like, okay, it's great you have a counter, but it took up the space. In this particular one, look at this. I'm a, again, 6'2", bigger guy. I'm free flowing walking around this space. Unfortunately, I would not be gifted this particular closet. That would belong to Miss Shelley, but I mean, it's just an incredible space, plenty of room there, and really nicely done. So what we've got on the first floor, guys, before we get outside is 2 bedrooms, one being a primary, plenty of hallway. Look at that rounded archway there, just beautifully done. And one of the largest open kitchen to living situations you're gonna find. But again, I think immediately one of the things that's hitting me is this is a very large home, under 4,900 square feet, 48 and change. But man, it feels cozy in here. I think it's the warmth of a lot of the textures they used, what they did with the lighting, things like that. But let's get outside. All right, so here we go. Right out on the porch, this is gonna be a great area. Again, forgive me guys, I wanted to bring this to you. They're not completely done, but they've got that nature cast. That's material that you're gonna want outside. It's gonna last you a long time. They're gonna put the range right there. So this entire area is just gonna be extended lounging. They might put a table here. There's a TV that can go over the wall. You got a fireplace. Like, this is all covered and gonna be used a lot of the year, okay? Let's go out here and man, look at this. This is one of those guys, we talk about it all the time. Hey Casey, I loved all that space they had in the backyard. Can you show me something else like that? Guys, I'm on an acre. That'd be the bigger chance. Casey, we only wanna look at properties that sit on an acre. Guys, I can barely help you with that. Let me show you this though, guys. This keeps standing out to me. Look at all the aesthetic that they added. These little textures on the back side of the home, accents. Even the entrance, that's back over into the primary bedroom. I love what they did here. Gosh, this pool's large. You're sitting, that's 8, no problem. Probably more, and you can fit the neighborhood in the pool. But I love, look at this. This is the entrance into the primary, guys. That feels like, that's better than a lot of the front entrance that we have that I get to show you. That's just really well done. Plenty of room over here, ACs. Look at this, guys. Just an absolute playground. Multiple sitting areas. You got the outdoor cooking area that's covered, which I love. Like, I love a good covered cooking area and lounging area, so it's all season, all weather. So love it. Again, that's gonna be beautiful once finished, but just a substantial space. I mean, that's not counted in the square footage, you guys know that, but when you take that into account, this is just a forever spot. But let's go see the second level. All right, second level, and you are immediately greeted with what would be a second living room, bonus space as soon as you come up. We've talked about this a lot on the channel. The market is demanding kind of a separate place, whether it be for guests or kids, and this is that living space. It was incredibly generous downstairs, but they're gonna give you even more, okay? And then off of this, immediately, let's go in. We're gonna have 2 bedrooms. This is the first of which, right here, that's looking back out toward the front of the home. Guys, they're super consistent in the size, ceiling height, and incredible windows on all these, okay? Staying in theme here, it's a single vanity, but very large. And then again, more unique. Man, that's beautiful. Open this up and see if that shows through. That is gorgeous. Right there, down to some very nice penny tile down below, okay? Go back out into the additional living and get another bedroom. Again, very generous space, TV on that wall. Let's keep it consistent with the built-ins, just very nicely done. That, guys, that's easy from a builder standpoint. That's easy to not do, right? From a cost standpoint, they are nailing it. Another great single vanity. This one gives you a tub, which I think is great. I think that's the second tub in the house. Love that tile as well. Let me show you this. Sorry, I get a little fixated on tile. Look at that. Really cool. Love it when they give you a different theme in every room, right? Sometimes they unload the truck and put the same tile everywhere, and sometimes they give you a little adventure. Let's go down a hallway. So this leads down a hallway, and I love this. This is gonna be like a office situation, okay? And look at that door, that window. You can see it outside from the pool. I showed you it was accented, but this shows you a little bit of the space in here. So perfect, it's set up for an office. There's no closet in here, so it's not technically a bedroom, but a great office space. They've got these beautiful French doors that open up into this, so love it. And then this is really cool, this is fun. So guys, just so you know, we're about to kind of go out over the garage area. There's a separate door right here. This is a very large space. So you've got this landing area here. And then you're coming into, let me just show you the bathroom first. So you've got a full bath. Again, more perfect tile, look at that. Love it, good job, development team, giving a lot of different layers and textures into this house. But check this out. Man, I've got a 17-year-old that would be trying to just call this maybe his bedroom domain, but remember those dormers I pointed out over the driveway, the garage? That's where we are, okay? I'll show you outside. So you're in this space, you can do whatever you wanted to with it. Like, this is completely flex. I could see this being a game room. I could see somebody staying in here. I mean, just a lot of different options you could do with a space like this because it's got a full bath. Could be a complete guest suite if you wanted to, and then there's some additional storage, okay? So what we're bringing you upstairs is this incredible space here that kind of feels a bit of a carriage house feel to it just because of its location. There's not outside access, but it's bonus, or it could be a great bedroom or full-on guest suite. Like, I love options. You could put a little desk there. All right, then you've got the office, you've got 2 additional bedrooms and an additional living space. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that at Seclusion Bay. It's just, I wanted to run up there and take you through a home that the market is responding to. My point of doing these videos is showing you things that the market is finding interesting, because if the market's finding it interesting, you're gonna find it interesting. But the key point is, yes, it's North Santa Rosa Beach. It's where the locals like to play, to be honest, but the amount of house that you get, and on an acre, just really hard to find, brand new construction, established community. So I hope you enjoyed the tour. If you want to know more about Seclusion Bay, let us know.